Hey guys, how's it going? Shalom.
Turn left on Chatham Square. Then turn left on Chatham Heights Road.
Okay, GPS. I got it. Alright.
Turn left on Chatham Heights Road. Then turn right on White Oak Road.
So today, I'm going to talk to you about a theory I've been thinking of. You know, I'm not saying it's true at all. It's just me postulating things. I mentioned in one of my videos a country or an empire known as Tartaria. And, you know, talking about mudfloods.
Turn right on White Oak Road. Then turn left on Deacon Road.
And I thought about something. All the old school architecture, really beautiful architecture that we used to have, was demolished and destroyed to build stupid stuff, pretty much. And it seems like it's a reoccurring trend throughout antiquity. What I mean by that is, like, a lot of buildings would be destroyed because of this mud flood. You know, whether it was...
Turn left on Deacon Road.
Whether it was natural or not, whether it was natural or man-made, or maybe a combination of both, I'm not sure. But
In a quarter of a mile, turn left on White Oak Road.
There's plenty of evidence to suggest that such an event did happen. Such as, we have a phenomenon known as cultural layering, which scientists still can't really explain. And basically...
in 800 feet, turn right on Deacon Road.
Newer civilizations built their buildings on top of the buildings of older civilizations. And when people go to renovate and do repairs on these buildings, you know, and they dig in the ground, they can see that.
Turn right on Deacon Road.
And I'm wondering if the Freemasons, one of the things that they have is they talk about, they have a lot to do with architecture and stuff like that, all Freemasonry and stuff. Supposedly they're supposed to be like the master masons or builders. So I'm wondering if these Freemasons maybe destroyed these...
In 2.3 miles, turn left on Brook Road.
I'm wondering if these Freemasons destroyed these civilizations that were in power as a way to bring about a new civilization, a new era, a new time. My theory is they went in, destroyed most of the people. Either they initiated some sort of catastrophe, or it was solely God that did. But after that, basically those areas were abandoned and all the buildings were destroyed. And years later, they built newer, better style buildings on top of that. So I'm wondering if they're literally making our own history, or making up their own history. I saw a painting of Jesus carrying the cross in Jerusalem. The buildings there, they were like 4-story buildings. They were not what we think they were. And yeah, you can say, oh, that's from one painting. But obviously when an artist when an artist paints, it's a form of expression. That form of expression has to have a basis on some sort of truth. And I'm wondering if the world is really not as old as they say it is. To the point where I'm starting to wonder if the world is only maybe 1,000 years at the very most. You know, it might be a stretch, but it's just me postulating ideas. You know, And I'm wondering, like, what we considered to be time is merely a construct of human perception.
In a quarter of a mile, turn right on Amherst Avenue.
Is merely a concept of human perception combined with, because really, what makes different eras in time seem different? Different clothing, different style buildings. Really, when you think right down to it, that's pretty much it. If someone was able to upgrade the clothing, the style of clothing for the time and upgrade...
Turn right on Amherst Avenue.
Well, you know, because you think about the 1800s and 1900s, what's really different? Clothing and buildings, right? And if someone wanted to bring about some sort of change, they could do it. They could do it by changing the architecture.
In a quarter of a mile, turn right on Eastern View Drive.
The fashion of the time, you know? It's very plausible. So, I'm wondering if all these civilizations, you know, we know America was started by Freemasons. I wonder if all these civilizations were started by Freemasons. They just destroyed the civilizations in power, took the power and control, and made their own civilizations. So it's not so much time, it's just that there's been multiple civilizations that progressively got different as time went on. You know,
turn right on Eastern View Drive.
I know this is probably be a stretch for a lot of people to think of, but if you sit and take the time and think about it, you know, do the research, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. And you'll realize that you definitely don't know anything. Just like me, I thought I was a history buff, but I don't know diddly squat after I started researching this.
In a quarter of a mile, turn left on Deacon Road.
And so that was just my idea. And I'm wondering if the country of Tartaria is really Babylon. It speaks about Babylon. What I thought was interesting, and I think it's in Psalms, the Bible speaks about Babylon and speaks about the future of Babylon. And it talks about how it'll be a desert place. Is it not a desert place right now? I think it says something about the waters will dry up from the land or something like that. You know?
Turn left on Deacon Road.
I don't know, guys. This is just me just thinking about different ideas. But anyway, you know, questions, comments, concerns, you know, drop them down in the comments box, as I say always, as long as you're mature and respectable and you're not blatantly yelling cuss words, calling people stupid, you'd be more than welcome to comment on here. I'd love to hear y'all's opinion. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. I just wanted to throw that idea out in the ether. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. Hope all is well. I love you guys. And God bless.